Last night, the story was simple. A gunman was stopped, the president was safely evacuated, and the Secret Service stood in between. Security worked. That is not the complete story. Minutes before Cole Allen charged that checkpoint at the Washington Hilton, his brother made a phone call. He had Allen's written manifesto, a document stating in clear terms that Allen intended to target Trump administration officials. That call went to a police department in Connecticut. The warning never reached the Secret Service. This morning, President Trump confirmed it on Fox News. His words, "I heard about the New London situation. I wish they would have told us about it a little bit."
Well, I heard about the London situation, and I wish they would have told us about it a little bit, but...
And what the president just admitted changes everything about the story you watched last night. Here is what nobody covering this story this morning is telling you. Before leaving California, Allen sent his family a written manifesto. His intentions were documented, on paper, in writing, before he boarded a train east. Reading it, his brother picked up the phone. That call landed with New London, Connecticut police, minutes before the shooting began at 8:36 p.m. The White House confirmed the full timeline directly to CNN. Manifesto, family call, Connecticut police, all documented, all in the minutes before Allen charged that checkpoint. Then the agent absorbed the round through his vest. Chaos erupted across the ballroom. The President of the United States was evacuated from his own press dinner. And then, this morning, Trump went on Fox News and said he wished someone had told him. Not as a passing remark, as a statement of fact. A warning existed. The agents protecting the president never received it. Follow the evidence. Allen traveled by train from Los Angeles to Chicago, then on to Washington. He checked into the Washington Hilton on Friday, the day before the dinner. A shotgun, a handgun, and multiple knives sat in his hotel room while guests arrived the following evening. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche confirmed on Meet the Press that Allen was targeting administration officials. The target likely included the president. Security caught him at the checkpoint, not at check-in, not the morning of, at the checkpoint. But that is not the most important document in this story, not even close. In July of 2025, the Senate Judiciary Committee released a formal Government Accountability Office report. It was written specifically to document what failed when a gunman nearly killed Donald Trump at Butler, Pennsylvania. The committee spent nearly a year compiling it. 8 specific recommendations came out of that process. The GAO's central finding was this: the United States Secret Service had no process to share classified threat information with partners. That standard applied any time a warning was not yet considered an imminent threat to life. Read that again. No process to share a warning with the people who needed to act on it. The Senate committee's own language from that report called communication failures likely the greatest contributor to the failures at Butler. Congress put that on the official record, specifically so it would not happen again. And last night, a warning traveled to a police department in Connecticut. It never reached Washington before the shooting started. That is not an opinion. That is the record. And here is why knowing that changes everything about whether this ever gets fixed. After Butler, the story became failure. After last night, the story became courage. Those are 2 different frames. When courage becomes the dominant frame, the structural failure underneath it disappears from the accountability conversation that would actually force a fix. The GAO issued 8 specific recommendations to repair Secret Service communication processes. The agency told Congress it was implementing substantive reforms. Director Sean Curran stood in front of reporters last night and said his agents performed admirably. They did. That part is entirely true. But admirable performance does not explain why a warning reached Connecticut and not Washington. Butler produced 2 congressional reports, 6 agent suspensions, and a director's resignation. It did not produce a documented process to route a local police tip to Secret Service in real time, before the first shot is fired. The question nobody is asking this morning is this: how many times does the same wire break before someone is required to prove it has been repaired?
Allen's federal arraignment is Monday in Washington. U.S. Attorney Jeanine Pirro outlined preliminary charges, using a firearm in a crime of violence and assaulting a federal officer. More charges will follow as the investigation develops, but watch for two things specifically in the days ahead. First, whether any congressional committee formally demands a documented answer to this question: what is the current protocol for routing a local law enforcement tip to an active Secret Service protective detail, and was that protocol followed last night? Second, the GAO's 8 specific recommendations from July 2025 are on the public record. Watch whether Director Curran is asked, under oath, which of those 8 reforms were actually implemented before last night. The answers to those 2 questions will tell you whether Butler actually changed anything, or whether this story ends the way Butler's did, with well-deserved praise for the agents who absorbed the failure and silence about the system that keeps producing it. What you just watched is the kind of analysis the record demands. A warning existed last night. It reached the wrong destination. The president survived because an agent wore a vest. If that is the kind of intelligence you want more of, subscribe. Zero Static is here every day. We will be back tomorrow.